All right, all right, all right. Really, really, maybe even the most unique guest I think I've had so far. I have Chaplain Juan Adriatico. I hope I pronounced that correct, Juan.
That's correct. Yes.
All right, awesome. So, Chaplain Juan here. He was served nearly 10 years as a U.S. Army captain, and now he's the general manager, or he was the general manager of USA Military Baseball, and he's been the president of USA Military Baseball since 2017. So, Juan, before I say anything else, thank you for your service to this country. I'm sure you get that a lot, but definitely doesn't get old. So, thank you for your service, and thank you for taking the time coming on here. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
So,
So, go ahead.
So, what was your military background like, for anybody who doesn't know? And then what led you to baseball during your post-military career?
Yeah, thank you for asking. So, first of all, thank you for this opportunity because it's about spreading the message of what we do and why we do it. So, before I entered the U.S. military, I was a highly recruited baseball player out of Central Florida. Had an opportunity to play with Zach Greinke, Prince Fielder, Ricky Weeks, and then went over to South Carolina on a Division II scholarship to play baseball. Played there for about 4 years. And then after that, I entered the U.S. Army as an Army chaplain. I served 2 tours in Iraq. While I was downrange, I lost approximately 24 of my soldiers downrange through KIAs, IED attacks, small arm fire attacks. So through those times, freedom doesn't come free for the American people. Our U.S. military sacrifice a lot, not just their lives, but they sacrifice relationships. They sacrifice time with their family, their kids. They're always gone on missions, and because they're putting the mission first, and the mission means protecting American lives. And our motto is usually, rather than the fight coming to us in American soil, we take the fight to them. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to create a program. I always wanted to coach baseball, but I wanted to do something that would honor those men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces who have served, past, present, and future, and honor them through something that I'm really passionate about, which is baseball. So that's our motto. That's our theme. The USA Warriors is the military baseball team that goes around playing exhibition games against professional and collegiate teams across North America. And our shows encompass honoring our U.S. military before every game through invocation, standing for the U.S. flag, and putting America first, especially those who have served our country. So that's what our team is about. Basically, is we play in honoring our U.S. military, and our team is composed of active duty military. They're composed of police officers. They're composed of collegiate baseball players, and which are considered supporters of our mission. And that's our cause. That's why we play baseball, and we play usually against, again, collegiate and professional teams and putting on shows.
That's awesome. And I saw on your website that it says that you guys play a 24-game schedule down at Myrtle Beach. Is that every year? Like you guys play like 1 month in June? I think it's like June 1st to June 30th. Like you guys get like a
That
20
is,
schedule.
yeah, that is correct. So we play in a Division I prospect collegiate woodback league, which is a professional league in a Cal Ripken collegiate experience in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Yeah, yeah,
At
yeah.
a multi-million-dollar facility with tons of fans, and with our team entering this season, college players, military come together, and they come together between a 20 and 40 man roster, and they stay there for 1 month and they put on shows. And we train for 1 month strong, doing early workouts at 6 a.m., 2-hour workouts, and then we go practice for a couple hours, and we take a break, and then we got a game that night. So we're training consistently, all 30 days. And it also gives an opportunity for active duty military. A lot of these guys don't have the opportunity to play baseball to stay in shape, because after their 4-year contract of coming out of the military, they may want to expose their talents, and they don't have a platform to share their talents with the world in Major League Baseball and college baseball. So we give them that opportunity to come and showcase their talent against real competition, some of the toughest competition in North America, which a lot of these players we're playing against are guys from like Clemson University, Georgia
Right.
Tech, Florida State, Florida, Miami. So they're actually playing against very tough competition, and but they're playing for a cause and a reason that we all believe in.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. And I've been down to the Cal Ripken Experience Center. It's absolutely beautiful. It's an amazing place to go.
Yeah.
So you kind of explained a lot about USA military baseball, but now what has your role been now as president? And then you could even talk about like your role as a general manager there. But now, like since you took over as president the past couple of years, how has your role changed, and maybe like the different responsibilities that you've had over the past few years?
Yep. So let's just say if military baseball, an organization was a vehicle, we were riding in gear 2. Now we've shifted up to gear 5, and we're top speed now because now that I've exited the U.S. military as a Navy chaplain because I've served Army and Navy. Now we're actually in the process of developing something called the War Box, and it's a training facility for football, baseball, and functional adult training, where we train our baseball players year round. We have a fall and summer team that we're launching for a post-collegiate team where high school players who have not received college scholarships can come play with us in a fall and spring and go to Piedmont Technical College to acquire a welding degree, a plumbing degree, HVAC degree, something that's very tangible, so they have a license to utilize out in the real world. And then also, or like a respiratory therapist or nurse. And then they also play against they play a college season during the fall and spring, and they also have the opportunity to go play in the summers on our U.S. military baseball team. And then we have that box allows us to train kids from anywhere from ages 3 to 18, where they goes through daily training. We train an hour a day per age group, and they're actually doing drills, skills, and then we have cross-functional training, fitness training for adults who are wanting to stay in shape, and it works.
Right.
We've used military training, model, and also professional training model, and combine them together, where they train in what we call the Warriors Box, and that's where our players will train year round. And Lord willing, like to franchise this across North America, and that's our goal.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And those kids who haven't received the college scholarships that you bring on to play, have they received college offers while playing for you guys, and maybe like they've explored other avenues there, or is it
a lot
just
of times a lot of these guys are very talented ball players, which is why I'm going down to Florida, and they get overlooked.
right?
So I go in there, I prepare them, we boost up their academics, so maybe their academics ain't so hot. So what we do is we help them with their academics and building up their academic resume. Number 2, we put them on a very strict regimental weight room program. Pack on 10 to 20 pounds of muscle, and
I'm kind of losing you.
We add more muscle, we add more weight to their athletic resume. And 3, okay, sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you a little better now. Yeah.
Is that better?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
sorry about that.
No problem.
So now does an athlete come in? They save a year of NCAA eligibility. They got 1 year of college under their belt with a degree already that's tangible. Okay, and they're bigger, faster, and stronger to compete at the NCAA level. So the college coach, when I promote my college athletes at that level, now they're getting a well-developed, mature freshman. So they're true freshmen athletically, but they're a sophomore academically.
Right.
So they got an NCAA regulation. You got 5 years to accomplish 4 years of NCAA athletics. So now these guys are coming in at 19 years old as a freshman, but they're not going to be riding the pine. Now they're playing for my program, where we're playing against other Division II and Division I JV programs that they've established in the South Carolina and Georgia arena. So we're able to play against these other collegiate teams and expose these players, but also develop them, their hitting mechanics, their pitching mechanics, and their just develop them athletically, really.
Right. And it's funny that you say that, because when you do go down to Florida, if there's a righty down there throwing 86 to 87, he's probably not playing because all those boys down there are 6'5", throwing 94. So it's it's a good thing
Yeah,
that you're helping out those guys because they are very talented players. But when you play, because if they were up in Jersey, where I'm from, they might be looked at by like high end D2 schools, but down there, 86, 87 doesn't play.
yeah, 86, 87 is batting practice. You got to at least hit over. You got to go over 90, or you got to have a fantastic and phenomenal movement.
Yeah,
Right? There's a difference between pitching and throwing. So we
absolutely.
work. Our pitching coaches and staff work with our guys to teach them the philosophy and the smarts of how to compete at the next level. Me as a hitting coach, that's what I do. I get my players to hit, and we develop them. I was a hitter my whole life for the last 30 years. I was a catcher, so we have I was coached by some of the best hitting coaches in North America. So we get our guys to hit. They
Right.
will hit, and you know what? They're taking 1,000 hacks a day in a cage, and they're hitting the weight room every day. They will get better,
Yep.
guaranteed. And we have a climate-controlled environment, indoor facility, where our guys can train literally mandatory trainings for 2.5 hours a day, but they're also a lot of them getting 4 hours of hitting every day because they only got a small window of opportunity to execute and to promote themselves. So they got to grind, and
Right.
it's very competitive. But if they know if they know what college, if that's why they have us, they bring us on board to give these young men a reality check. And a lot of times, their athletic ability is not necessarily what a coach is looking for. They're looking for a self-disciplined young man, somebody they don't got to babysit, somebody who's going to represent the university well, because the university has a brand to honor, so they got to be able to have the maturity to represent that brand properly.
Absolutely.
So we teach them a lot about the mental psychology behind how they are to act and react in stressful situations, because baseball is not just about baseball. It's about how can you handle stress, and we put them through some very rigorous militant training, regimental training every day to prepare them mentally. So we're developing leaders for life, and either they go into either they go become sports. We have a sports marketing internship program where they're also able to develop the sales and marketing skills of developing into a professional baseball player with the USA Warriors. So after they get done playing out 1 year, they have the opportunity to go play college ball, or they can come with us and play the next 20 years as a professional baseball player.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Last question I have for you is for the active duty guys who are playing on the team, what kind of feedback do you get, like from those guys, like from that experience of being able to play baseball while still serving our country? But then have you also seen that maybe this helps some guys who are struggling through other issues that maybe have come from, serving or going overseas or anything like that? Like what kind of feedback do you get from those guys?
Oh, they love it. I mean, a lot of guys who really love baseball, it's an outlet for a lot of guys. It's when they struggle with PTSD, post trauma stress disorder,
Yeah.
depression, or thoughts. And nearly saved my life because that's with your service. It becomes a drag sometimes. But if you're able to, funnel and channel that energy towards something you're really passionate about, that's what I tell young people. Focus on your passion. Do what you love. Live as if you really are dying, because one day we will have to die. And I believe that if you serve God, you put God first, and everything you do, you can only go up. And if you follow your passion, your God-given talents, and your passion, and you know what you're good at, you provide a good quality product and good quality service to your community, then you will be successful. But you got to have the work ethic to match it. You got to deliver. So we're very much about delivering what you project. If you're going to project something, deliver, and we believe that will do.
Absolutely. That's amazing. Yeah. So I mean, I think what you guys are doing over at military baseball is absolutely amazing. Um, Juan, thank you for your service again. Thank you for your time. This was really awesome. I really appreciate it. What'd you say?
Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, absolutely. No problem. No problem. So thank you for doing this on the go. I appreciate it. Have a safe drive and best of luck going forward.
All right. Have a great day. Thanks so much, Nico.
Absolutely. You too.